This video has been sponsored by Dragon Ball Fever. More about it later down the video. In the last part, Uloborid fights the Z Fighters and leaves after being told about the Red Ribbon Army. She escapes and seeks answers from the ones central to the story, Husky and Commander Violet. Her dots connect way too good and she manages to find out the truth. In this part, we discuss the acceptance of Uloborid and continue us into the Buu saga. So let's continue. As everyone screams for Bulma and her alleged insanity, Uloborid walks up next to Bulma and still wiping tears off of her face. Krillin is confused on what's going on, seeing Uloborid crying. Goku looks at Bulma in confusion, mouth agape, and Gohan has his PTSD from Namek and is on very high guard, going Super Saiyan 2 and getting ready for battle. Goku signals him to stay put as he approaches the two girls. Tien and Piccolo are looking stupid like they ain't just fought her 2 days ago. Bulma says that she was just used and controlled, that even though artificial, she still has a normal mind and brain. She realized the mistakes done by the people who created her, those being Captain Violet and Husky. Goku thinks remembering the name Husky from somewhere before realizing it was actually that girl that tried tricking him for the Dragon Balls a long time ago. Goku then asks what happened to them, but Bulma just says it's a long story, but that they're locked up. Goku wonders about Uloborid and what would she do now, but Bulma says that Trunks that's currently growing inside of her is gonna have an older sister. When the Z gang hears it, they go wide open eyes and screaming at Bulma. They tell her she's out of her mind, but Bulma looks at Mr. Popo and tells him why didn't he budge at all. Mr. Popo backs Bulma up, rightfully claiming that Uloborid saw the light and feels guilty for everything she's done, and that Bulma will be spending her time and resources on her, something Husky and Violet didn't. That done and settled, the gang looks at Uloborid and decides that she isn't at fault and that she was just instructed to do things, so they let her stay. This means that Trunks can now have Uloborid of his timeline to be actually redeemed, and Krillin doesn't get his toy. Trunks returns back to his timeline and hears the news that Uloborid has taken over the place again, and Trunks knows that Uloborid in his timeline is stronger, but he has an ace in his sleeves. He comes over to future Uloborid and says that her terror ends here. Uloborid calls Cap, knowing damn well that Trunks can't be that strong after only a few days of absence, but she was proven wrong. While he was in the past, Trunks went along with Goku to New Planet Namek in search of the new Guardian. They came across Dende and they even met the Elder. Goku asked Mori to unlock Trunks' potential. Mori was happy to do so, knowing what he went through, and Trunks' potential was unlocked. He had lots of it from all the years training and fighting but not being able to unlock it, so he was served well for an unlock. Using his new potential, Trunks rushes at Uloborid with all his power of Super Saiyan Grade 2 and packs her up, not giving her time to recover. Uloborid was beaten, but she learned as she fought, and in no time they were tied. But that wasn't all. Trunks phased in and out of Grade 2 and 3 Super Saiyan to maximize impact and utilize speed to gain an advantage, which gave him more room to breathe the evenness. Uloborid cannot keep up or improve, so she gets mentally unstable and trying to go as high as she could, but Goku's genes prevent Brolisha version 2 from happening. Trunks uses the opportunity to think, then decides that killing both her and Cell off is a good way to go. So he charges up a double Sunday and throws it at Uloborid, vaporizing her. Now for Cell. He knows he can regenerate and is a touch stronger than Uloborid herself was, but knows what to do. Cell immediately gets there and starts taunting Trunks, who got sick of Cell's antics and uses the same tricks as with Uloborid to defeat Cell, just this time without any traces of him. Stop. You wanted to skip the sponsorship, didn't you? You thought you was slick, huh?
Don't let him skip the sponsorship.
Oh, I ain't letting him. I was paid good money for it. You can sit through it. Dragon Ball Fever is a fan comic done by Norlight. It's about a girl that has been saved from Red Ribbon Army by Goku Black. Now please support the artist and check out the link in the description below. And now, you can continue watching. Back in the present, Uloborid is taken home to Capsule Corp where she will live for the next few years. Bulma convinces Vegeta that they will all sleep together so she gets a feeling of what having parents feels like. Vegeta is against it, knowing that's not how a Saiyan child is raised. He explains to Bulma that she was turned into a Saiyan, not born as one, and wouldn't get it, because she lived an Earthling life before becoming a Saiyan. Bulma says that Uloborid was born as one, yet needs physical touch because she never had been touched before. Vegeta is still unconvinced and scoffs, so Bulma gets him back to his senses and tells him to swallow his pride and do it. Vegeta is still prideful, but Bulma after images to him and knees him in the gut, holding him in a head and arm locks. Vegeta agrees, though still scoffing, and so for the next 2 years, Uloborid is introduced to having someone to love, finding love, learning about the world, and everything else. She lets people call her Ula for obvious length reason, but also so she doesn't carry all the burden of her past on her shoulders. Vegeta has grown quite fond of Uloborid and even trains with her. And just like a real older sister, Ula helps clean out, nourish, and entertain baby Trunks. So for the next 7 years of them will be filled with loads of things. Raditz, on the other hand, has requested from Dende to restore the Dragon Balls so he can wish King Kai back. Dende does so, and the wish is made after summoning the dragon. King Kai's back and alive. Raditz, though, doesn't have a place to live at, so he crashes at Goku's for the time being. Over there, he learns more about the human life on Earth and how this planet's families work. He sees many similarities and can tell that the Saiyans and humans have a lot in common. He even wishes to have a family one day too. In the meantime, Raditz teaches Goku on how to go Kaioken in Super Saiyan since Goku already did the calming focus part in the time chamber, so he only needs to do it. He gets it down pretty quickly, and Goku is now a Kaioken Super Saiyan user. Goku then teaches Raditz how to go beyond Super Saiyan, and Raditz watches on carefully. And so, Raditz manages to do it, although he needs a bit more practice before he can reach actual Super Saiyan 2 and maintain it. 7 years have passed, and things have completely leveled out. Uloborid is now 21. She hasn't changed much since she had a growth spurt during the Android saga, so she doesn't change much. Goku and Raditz periodically train together, reaching greater and greater heights. Bulma, Vegeta, and Ula are all training to attain Super Saiyan 2 and possibly even further beyond. Since there was no cell games and androids like the ones in canon, nobody died. Ula has learned how to live on Earth normally and is even independent, deciding to go to the same high school as Gohan, despite being older. She is learning what it's like going to school properly and on her own. Dr. Briefs is paying for her luxury apartment and schooling, while all Ula has to do is study and learn from others. Over there, she finds Gohan, which surprises her. Gohan is flattered but says that he's been forced here because all he did was train with dad and uncle for the past few years. Ula realizes that, saying she wasn't forced, but rather she wants to know more about the normal life here. Gohan understands and is glad to have someone he knows go with him to high school. They both enter the class and introduce themselves. Uloborid uses her short name for the first time in a larger crowd. She even asked Bulma to use that name for entrance papers and all, and so they sit next to Videl and Sharpener, and the two spark a convo, trying to get to know the two that just entered. Gohan introduces himself and so does Uloborid. They're asked on why they decided to go to Orange Star High of all places, and Ula responds with their usual, to learn new things, and Gohan was forced to go because he trained too much instead of studying. Ula had to get him out of that mess by saying he's a strongman and there's not a lot he does besides training. Sharpener decides to challenge him in arm wrestling, and they do it after class. Gohan easily beats Sharpener and Erasa is instantly all over him, while Ula laughs it off. On the way out, Ula asks Gohan if he lives nearby, and Gohan says that he flies here from his house. Ula knows that it's really far away and offers her place to him for free. Gohan is hesitant at first, but Ula mentions how there's 2 rooms and plenty of space for both of them to operate. There's even some training equipment and a gravity room. Gohan is actually happy that Uloborid has all that, so he agrees without second thought. Chi-Chi takes it well too, seeing it as independence in his end and being an adult, but he needs to promise to come back on weekends, which he does. Gohan moves there quite fast, and a school life for the two begin. However, the Golden Warriors still exist. Gohan decided to stop a robbery to fight a bit and save the money, which is a win-win. Gohan doesn't know how to lie well, so Uloborid gets him out of trouble every single time while at school. Videl confronts him, but Ulo convinces Videl that nothing weird is happening and that he doesn't like being accused. That's all. We're continuing the series next time. While you wait for the next part, join the T23 Discord server with the Vanity URL down in the description. Thank you for watching, and with that, peace out.